Spider-Man Miles Morales is the debut launch title for the PlayStation 5 and a welcome addition to the Marvel superhero video game series by Insomniac Games. I'm Zoinkmeister Adam, and this is my Platinum Trophy review for Spider-Man Miles Morales on the PlayStation 5. Miles, now a Spider-Man in his own right, has been trained by Peter, which is the narrative explanation as to why he's just as good as in the previous game. However, Miles lacks the technology and experience Peter has gained over the years. Due to some light narrative explanations, Peter must go away for some time, leaving Miles as the only Spider-Man of New York. Miles, in part, wants to show that he can be the Spider-Man New York needs and prove he's just as good a Spider-Man as Peter. Soon after, a clash between a crime syndicate called the Underground and a powerful energy company called Roxxon, which employs super soldier security, causes Miles to jump into action. Miles must juggle the responsibilities of being Spider-Man while also trying to aid his mother with the struggles of trying to run for city council to help stop corruption in the city. It is a simple plotline, but with some surprise twists that give it the classic superhero formula, applied in a way that fits well in the Spider-Man title. The tone is well set. It doesn't follow the same emotions drawn from the previous Spider-Man game, but instead focuses on a more self-improvement story. The emotion released is more aimed towards confidence in oneself. Instead of having the scientist life of Peter Parker, we have the bright teenage student life in Harlem with Miles. The difference in tone aims direction of the adventure down a much more heartfelt area. The adventure is fun, however it boasts a shorter time than its previous entry by a significant amount. The game is far shorter. The main story, without side quests, will take around 7 hours, and because of the significant reduction in time for such a story-based game, it can leave you with a feeling of fast pacing. For example, introducing a mysterious villain and then immediately finding out their true identity within the next 2 story missions or so. It doesn't leave a bad taste in your mouth, but I do recommend playing through the story with side missions included, or the story engagement time might feel too fast for speedier players. Without spoilers, of course, the game ends on a good boss battle and with a story cinematic ending that is powerful and amazing. It really made you feel your connection with Miles ascend to a new level of strength, and will have you looking forward to the next issue of Insomniac's video game series. Spider-Man Miles Morales looks fantastic. It takes advantage of the beautiful fluid animations and great lighting work. The game allows 2 different options to play, high fidelity and performance mode. High fidelity is 4K resolution at 30 frames per second with ray tracing and improved environmental effects, while performance mode is 4K resolution at 60 frames per second with ray tracing disabled. I played through the first half of the game at high fidelity mode, and then the second half in performance mode. The added reflections and light work are absolutely phenomenal. You can literally see the city's reflection on Miles' back symbol. It's gorgeous, however I still prefer the added smooth transition given through performance mode, and would recommend it to everybody. If frames in games aren't something you really notice, then apply fidelity mode, otherwise performance is my opinion. But of course, that's subjective and you should try both to see what you like. This game focuses on many light-based elements such as the neon purple look the Underground have adopted, the yellow electric venom abilities Miles learns to control, or the powerful vibrant red color of Roxxon forces. Regardless, the game will have a very attractive look, but the fidelity mode might be your preference to squeeze the most beauty out of your console. Along with the improvements to graphical ability, the score is also quite powerful. The beautiful style of the Marvel Universe action swell pieces make a fantastic return, this time also accompanied by some positive emotional hip-hop and rap pieces that really share a beautiful energy between the player and Miles' neighborhood of Harlem. Finally, a new concept that is quite interesting is the DualSense controller. Every web swing has trigger resistance. It feels like you can feel the tension of the web as Miles pulls himself with it. It makes for quite the experience. Along with high quality rumble, you will find the use of haptics will add just enough extra immersion to complement the game without appearing as a gimmick. Miles Morales controls beautifully, and although it might take a second to get reacquainted with the controls since 2018, you'll eventually be web-slinging around the map and defeating crime with the feeling of enjoyment. The industry gold standard transportation prowess of Spider-Man returns in all the same web-swinging and wall-running action segments. As mentioned earlier, the fluidity of Spider-Man's animations are outstanding, but the blend of them in combat is really the selling point. The ever-so-gorgeous combat returns with added improvements as well as having some subtractions. The melee combat retains the same amazing fluidity, but the added in Venom attacks add a new level of technical options that can really make for some special combo chains. For the uninformed, the Venom attacks have nothing to do with the other Marvel powerhouse Venom, but instead are the names of a set of powers Miles has unique to him. Dashing, punching, and jumping are all strengthened through bioelectric energy Miles learns to control. Along with a new camouflage ability, Miles offers a different playstyle than Peter, and I hope they will expand on this difference in future games. However, gadgets are less impressive. The Holoclone gadget and the Gravity Well gadget are cool, but that's about it. There are many cool visor upgrades and suit mods, but I feel like the implementation of the previous game was larger. However, narratively, this does fit in with the story since Miles is not a scientist to the same caliber as Peter, and technically should lack the gadgets. But this could fall into either category of complaint or appraisal. Again, it's subjective. Along with the main melee combat, there are a few different mission styles to play that appear in specific crimes around the city, or specific challenges that focus on combat, stealth, or speed. Regardless, they are better than the previous game's extra gameplay content, since it's essentially the same type as before, but with the annoying ones removed, like the missions where you had to swing around and collect pollution samples as Peter. Basically, no dumb side missions without action. Finally, we address the newest praise for the next generation consoles. There is inherently either little or non-existent loading time. Zooming out of loaded areas is instantaneous and the fast travel is instant, and the game will boot in about 8 seconds, and the title screen to gameplay will take 3. It's phenomenal. Hats off to those SSDs eliminating load times. Spider-Man Miles Morales features a short and sweet storyline that doesn't overstay its welcome. The game is short enough that a second playthrough skipping through cutscenes is reasonably a fun time, which you will have to do to gain the Platinum Trophy. The game must be beaten at least one additional time in New Game Plus mode to get a few trophies, but since you keep everything from your previous save state, it feels great. Especially since there's upgrades that can only be unlocked through the second run which incentivize you to continue. With XP and activity tokens, you can buy upgrades and suits. Some suits are locked behind certain missions and require some extra combat to obtain. Also hidden throughout New York are time capsules that you can collect to hear more of Miles' background story. There are other collections and activities to complete, but they will not be mentioned for the sake of keeping this review spoiler-free. The game will run about 7 hours if you just play the story, and a Platinum Trophy will take about 15. There are 50 trophies and 19 suits to collect. My final Platinum Trophy score for Spider-Man and Miles Morales on the PlayStation 5 is an A-. Thank you for watching. Please like the video if you did, and comment down below. I'll get back to you as soon as I can, and please check out all the other content of this channel. We play a lot of games, so you might find something you really enjoy. Also, if you liked this video in particular, hopefully we will be looking forward to a Miles Morales playthrough on the channel come December. Happy holidays, friends. I've been Zoinkmeister Adam. You've been great. Have a good one.